Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome to History Lesson 135. Boys and girls, let's study our states and capitals this way today. You say the state, I'll say the capital. Are you ready? Go. Montgomery, Juneau, Phoenix, Little Rock, Sacramento, Denver, Hartford, Dover, Tallahassee, Atlanta, Honolulu, Boise, Springfield, Indianapolis, Des Moines, Topeka, Frankfort, Baton Rouge, Augusta, Annapolis, Boston, Lansing, St. Paul, Jackson, Jefferson City. Are you following along with me? You say the state, I'll say the capital. Helena, Lincoln, Carson City, Concord, Trenton, Santa Fe, Albany, Raleigh, Bismarck, Columbus, Oklahoma City, Salem, Harrisburg, Providence, Columbia, Pierre, Nashville, Austin, Salt Lake City, Montpelier, Richmond, Olympia, Charleston, Madison, Cheyenne. I hope you knew all the states with the capitals. Today we're going to talk about a time in history about during the time of our independence. Remember, we had 13 colonies and we were becoming independent from England. So at this time, we had the 13 colonies, and there was a portion of the place on North America that belonged to Russia. So that portion of the area, it was north of United States. It's about over here if you think about it, but we put it here on the map. This area we know today as Alaska, but it belonged to Russia. And there was a man named William Seward who at the time was the Secretary of State for the United States. He decided that he met a man from Russia, and he decided that he was going to buy this chunk of land, which we now know as Alaska, from Russia. But this is the thing, he paid $7 million for this chunk of land. And people here in the United States, they thought he was crazy. They thought he was making a bad decision. Do you think you would think he was making a bad decision? Buying this little piece of land for $7 million, especially at that time, that was a lot of money. But guess what? His decision turned out to be a really good decision, because you'll read in your book today how when he bought this area that we now know as Alaska, they found something in that land that was so important. I need you to open up your books to page 195, and we are going to just skim around. I want you to read the chapter for yourself, but at this time I want you to just notice that on 195, look at that beautiful place, that beautiful picture. That is a picture of Alaska. Now, remember, we have a friend in our class that went and visited Alaska. D'Angelo, he went to visit Alaska. He saw how beautiful this place was. Look at that picture on 195. Those snowy, icy mountains. Beautiful. Well, again, William Seward made this decision to buy this land not knowing what he would find. If you look over at 196, they tell you that a place called Stewart's Icebox was considered, they used to call this area of Alaska Stewart's Icebox. And in 1896, they actually found out that his purchase of this land was so great, because guess what they found? In 1896, they found that in this area, they started digging and mining, and they found gold. How awesome is that? And they made so much money from this area. And you know what else? They also found oil. So they would drill down and find oil in this area. So this area, even though people thought that was a crazy thing to spend our money on, became very valuable to us. So that's when Alaska turned from a territory, and a territory is of the United States is when people could not vote. We took care of the people there, but they couldn't vote. And when they became a state, they became our 50th state. That was the last state that we purchased. After all of these states we named and became a state, we purchased Alaska. And then at that time is when they had voting rights. So go ahead and read through these pages 195 to 197, and we will see you back here for lesson 136. Have a great day.